This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Gunballs out in the lobby yard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 191. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today we got Kevin Rakestraw joining us. How are you, Kevin?
Doing pretty good.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. What's going on there? How you doing?
It's not quite sure.
Sweet. What movie did we have you watch this week?
The Hungry and Mockingjay Part 1.
Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Picked this in honor of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 hitting theaters. It's directed by Francis Lawrence. I have a synopsis here. Katniss Everdeen is in District 13 after she shatters the games forever. Under the leadership of President Coin and the advice... President Coin?
That's his name?
And I guess what it says here. I guess that's what it... I don't remember that character anyway. And the advice of her trusted friends, Katniss spreads her wings as she fights to save Peeta and a nation moved by her courage. This stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Donald Sutherland, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Julianne Moore, and Elizabeth Banks. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1?
That president you were thinking of, I'm pretty sure that's Donald Sutherland.
No, it's Julianne Moore.
No.
Donald Sutherland's President Snow.
Yeah, Snow. Snow is the other one. The new president, Julianne Moore. She's the good one. She's a good guy, right?
Yeah. Before I start, I should let everyone know that this is the fourth movie, I think.
It's the third one.
Third. And I haven't seen any of the other ones. So, what I say might make no sense at all. Actually, I'm pretty sure it won't. I know that the movie starts out and... what is her name?
Katniss Everdeen.
Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Jennifer Lawrence is presented to the rebels in a district, and it turns out that the bad guys are blowing shit up and killing all the, I don't even know what they're called, all the rebel fighters, I guess you could call them.
You could call them that.
Huh?
Yeah, I think you could call them rebel fighters. That's fine.
And after they blow shit up, really anger her, she decides to become the Mockingjay, who is like the leader of the rebellion that everyone looks up to. And when she does this, it pisses that Snow guy off, and he takes what I assume to be her former lover for probably 3/4 of the movie. I thought it was her brother, but it turns out that they're lovers. And they kidnap him and drug him and basically force him to say things like, they brainwash him into saying bad things about the rebellion.
Now, is this Josh Hutcherson's character of Peeta?
Yes.
Peeta!
So, I just did it again. God.
Peeta's been brainwashed.
So, Peeta's been brainwashed, and at one point he all of a sudden blurts out something, and it causes the district that she's in to run and hide undercover and avoid a bombing run. So she obviously thinks that, everything is normal and that he was trying to help her. but in actuality, it's an elaborate plan to try and trick her. And it turns out that the snow guy pretty much set him up to say the stuff. He said that she would attack him, but he, the snow guy, knew all along and continues giving Josh Hutcherson brainwashing drugs. And when they take him back to their little hideout, he tries to kill her. And that's about all I got.
What, the movie just ends with him trying to kill her?
No, it ends shortly after that, but nothing else really happens. I guess I assume they're leading into the second part.
Okay.
So this movie, it's like normally it's funny because you give me sequels of movies that I've never seen, and you can watch them independently. But this movie, assuming you're gonna have to understand everything.
Yep. That's kind of why we gave it to you.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, it's kind of important. I would think at least the first one, just to understand what's going on in this world.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think of it overall?
It was it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like it doesn't make you watch right.
Was it as bad as you expected the Hunger Games movies to be?
No.
Okay,
that's kind of them to be teenage love stories like Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little better than that, and it was better than the stupid
Divergent.
Yeah, and the spoofs that you made me watch before.
Yeah, I think we had to watch a couple Hunger Games type spoofs.
Yeah, because what was the Starving Games or something like that?
Yeah, the Starving Games.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that was one of them.
And like all the shit from that movie in my head, and it's hard to differentiate what happened in that and what happened in this.
I would imagine all the pop culture references that may have gone through your head are in the other one and not in this one.
Correct.
I would hope so.
I'm still a little confused about what actually happened in this movie. I haven't seen this one, but it sounds like really nothing happened. It sounds like there was a bombing run, and they hid, and Peeta got brainwashed, and then he tried to kill Katniss Everdeen, and that was the end of the movie.
Correct.
That was 2 hours.
I mean,
that was a 2-hour movie.
It's one part of a 2-part ending. So I think they just kinda.
So yeah, if they didn't cut this in half, it would be like a 4+ hour movie. To end the trilogy.
Yep.
But did
where
it
nothing
need
really?
to be...
No, it didn't need to be. Of course, it did.
Did it need to be split into 2 parts?
Ryan's kind of alluding to it that it didn't need to be because nothing really happened in this one.
That's what I'm saying.
They just drawn out the entire build-up.
This one's just basically a setup for what the finale is.
That was the main reason I couldn't even get through the second one.
Because it all felt like a setup to you?
Yeah, because they weren't doing anything. They just kept talking to each other. And they kept saying the same things over and over again.
Yeah, you probably stopped watching it before they actually went into the games, though.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, this is ridiculous. There's no need to have this be so drawn out.
The first two feel like cohesive stories to me. The third one, the reason that I didn't see it, that I didn't bother with it, is because I knew. Like, I just knew that that's exactly how it was going to be. It was just going to be nothing but setup. And to me, that's not even a movie. It's like an ad or something. It drives me crazy. It's like video games that are free to play, that just have microtransactions. It doesn't feel like you're watching an artistic, entertaining movie. It feels like you're watching money. It feels like you're just the only reason that it exists is so that you pay for it again to see it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
And like that just it nags on me when that happens. I completely understand splitting apart a movie or splitting apart a book into multiple movies if it warrants it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like the Stephen King's It, for instance, the miniseries. That fucker was like 4 hours long, and I totally understand them splitting that up. It was a TV miniseries, but still, it was the same thing. They split it up into parts, and I totally get that. But Hunger Games, no need. You can
This is no need.
3 books, 3 movies, and the thing is, the books aren't even that long. I read the damn books, and they're not that long. So it's just
you tell him.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
Get him, Adam. Get him.
It seems like every week they're talking about doing stuff like that, where they're splitting up movies into multiple parts, and it's unneeded. I mean, if there was a lot of story happening here and a lot of plot development, a lot of characters, yeah, maybe I'd understand. But from what Ryan's saying, which is exactly what I suspected, nothing happens.
Yeah.
There's no progression other than Peeta gets hypnotized.
You're getting hypnotized.
That should just be the synopsis. Peeta gets hypnotized.
And they hide.
For the first half of the movie, not half, but before I actually saw him, I thought they were just making him up. Like, I thought it wasn't real. I thought they were just fucking with her, like playing mind games with her. And it turns out 2 hours later they were.
Mm-hmm.
The other big difference between this one and the other ones is that there is no Hunger Games, like actual Hunger Games.
Are they done with the Hunger Games?
Yeah, there is no Hunger Games.
So, quick question. I don't know if any of you guys can hit it. What's the Mockingjay? What's that all about? What's that mean?
Well, you should know that from the first one, Kevin.
What? Is that the pin thing?
Yep.
Okay. I gotcha. It
was
really
like
stupid there. Damn. Close call.
Don't worry, you saved it. Yeah, it's the like symbol that they all use because after she wins the first Hunger Games, she becomes sort of a, you know, this symbol for freedom and whatever, and
yeah,
she brandishes the Mockingjay, and then people start like painting it, like spray painting it everywhere and stuff. And
they start tagging stuff with that Mockingjay.
Yeah, tagging it up. Street art.
Street art. Wow.
Street art throughout the districts.
That's right. How many districts are there? Anyone know?
I think 13.
There's at least 13, yeah.
At least 13.
Yeah. I think 13 was like the lost one. Like they didn't know that there were 13. They thought there were 12.
They lost an entire swath of land.
No, they just hid it. Like the government hid it from them. The existence of District 13.
What's in District 13? Like mutants? Because that would be
Ryan, you can probably answer that.
What's in District 13?
I know that's where the rebels live, but I don't know. I think it's wasn't District 13. Isn't it like basically just a wasteland? There's nothing there. They blew it up.
Yeah, it was leveled in like a bombing run, I think.
Yeah.
The right number.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to actually go back and watch this. I feel like I should, just since I saw the first 2, and I didn't mind either of them, honestly.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to decide, is it in my best interest to go back and watch the second one, give it another shot, or just wash my hands of it and just be like, nope, didn't work. It didn't work out.
Well,
the predicament.
If you plan on watching this one, I would definitely watch the second one.
Well, yeah.
Well, the predicament that I'm in is that I forget a lot of what happened in the first 2. So now I'm like, oh shit, well, if I want to go back and watch the third one, do I need to watch the second one again to refresh myself?
Yeah. Also, I remember is that Peeta's worthless. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't they just... Why? why are they still trying to like? Why are they still carrying around Peeta?
He's the baker's son.
Yeah, but he's just dragging him down. My God.
Do you remember in the first one the camouflage?
Yes.
And how ridiculous that was.
Where did he get all the resources to do that?
I mean, like, that had to be a 4 or 5 hour makeup job, seriously.
Whoa, I'm gonna do this makeup real quick and just lay here real still.
No. I remember laughing during that scene.
Oh my God.
But again, I will say, and I believe that I said this when we first reviewed the first one, like, ages ago. I think a lot of the fault lies on the books for a lot of the silliness of this series, because all that shit's in the books, like the dumb names and the really ridiculous stuff that occurs. It's all in the books.
It's all in them damn books.
And the books are bad. I mean, they're poorly written. They're not good.
Would have never guessed.
So where does this stack up, Ryan, on your young adult movie watching list? Now you've seen a number of young adult films at this point.
Let's do the old one versus the other.
I don't remember which ones we've had.
Like we had you watch Divergent, right?
Yeah, we had. We did that.
So Divergent or this? What are you thinking? This?
I mean, both that I like both of them more than every other teen movie that I've seen.
Yeah, but we need to go through this because I think you're going to find that you've liked almost all of the teen movies we've given you.
We're slowly coming to a realization here, or we're trying to lead you to one.
I am not of the opinion that I like teen movies.
Okay, well, which did you like this? Which one did you like better, this one or Divergent?
This.
Okay. Now, did you like this more than The Maze Runner?
Yes.
All right, so Hunger Games on top. Did we have you watch Twilight?
No.
No?
I refuse to ever watch it.
I feel like there was at least maybe one other one in there somewhere.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we had you watch it.
Teen spoof movies.
Yeah, the spoof ones. The goof spoofs don't count, though.
How dare you?
They don't count.
Don't speak ill of goose spoofs.
I'm not speaking ill of them. I'm just saying that they don't count as teen.
They operate in their own little section.
Yeah, they're
a cinematic landscape. They're an island of wonder.
Yeah, they're on their own. They go by their own terms. That one. Looking at your list of movies here, and I don't actually see any other teen movies on here. So I think we only gave you those 3.
We gotta work on that.
Yeah, I think we do have to work on that. Definitely.
Would you like to see some more teen movies, Ra?
Nope.
That means give them to him.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, yep. I don't see any other teen movies on here. Jumper. Is that a teen movie? I don't know.
Fuck that movie.
I don't think I consider that a teen movie, but
I don't either.
I don't think it's based on a book series or anything. All right, let's talk about the director, Francis Lawrence. So, in addition to Mockingjay Part 1, he's also doing Mockingjay Part 2. He also did Catching Fire, which was the second one. He did Water for Elephants. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like that at all. I really actually couldn't stand that one. He did I Am Legend. I did like I Am Legend. He did Constantine, which a lot of people hate, but I like. And that's pretty much it. He did a bunch of music videos. Yep. Did some Green Day videos, some Jennifer Lopez videos, Will Smith, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
How about that? Videos.
Not a terrible filmography there.
No, there's definitely worse.
I think it'll be interesting to see what he does after the Hunger Games. I think that's always kind of interesting to see. You know,
he's gonna do the Hunger Games reboot.
Oh God. You know, because like Peter Jackson, for instance, it's like when you have a director who is a fairly famous director, and then he gets tied down to a franchise where for the next like decade, that's all he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always anxious to see what they have after the big franchise. So, yeah, that's Francis Lawrence. Not a terrible director, I'd say.
Nah.
Any final thoughts, Ryan, before we give you your drum roll on Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 1?
Watch the other two first.
Just a disclaimer, you need to watch the other two first.
Yeah.
You're probably the only person on the earth who watched the third one before the other two.
Most likely.
I like that. Fresh eyes. You didn't even see the Hunger Games.
That's right.
He didn't even get to...
That's the best part of all of this.
Yeah, he didn't even get to witness any Hunger Games.
He's still in the dark as to what the Hunger Games are.
He's not even sure what the title is, what that's all about.
He has no idea what this is in reference to.
Correct.
I could see how it might be detrimental because, like, I'm sure by the third one, the characters, like Peeta and Katniss Everdeen are probably so traumatized psychologically. They have all kinds of PTSD, and they're just beat down from having to kill people.
She has extreme amount of PTSD.
And there's like no reference point. Like you don't have any idea what caused this or why she is acting this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or why she's trying to fall in love with her brother.
Yeah. Was Liam Hemsworth in it very much? Because that's kind of...
He plays, I guess you call him her friend. He goes to rescue that Peeta.
That's actually the guy she really loves.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess it was in the first one where they had the whole love triangle thing for a little bit there. They don't really develop that a whole lot.
No.
Because I think she ends up, in the second one, she ends up marrying Peeta in the second one.
Yeah, but that's isn't that just like a...
Wait, they're married?
Did they go through? I don't remember if they go all the way through with the ceremony. I think they do, but it's like a farce.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But I don't know if they actually went through or not.
Yeah, I know that they were engaged, but it was all like fake. It wasn't real. They were just doing it for the cameras. But I can't remember if they actually got married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and give your drum roll on this thing. What do you give The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1?
5.
That's a 5 out of 10. Not too bad.
Holy shit.
That's probably the highest rating you've given in a while.
Like I said, it wasn't awful. I just didn't understand what's going on.
Okay. I mean, was the action good?
Yeah, the acting wasn't awful.
How's that shaky cam during those action sequences?
Well, they toned it down big time in the second one.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a different director, so it kind of had a different aesthetic to it. It didn't look the same as the first one, but yeah, I remember noticing that. I can't remember if it's completely gone, and I remember they kind of did that. They kind of did that to mask the violence.
Mm-hmm.
So that keep the rating, the PG-13 rating.
Yeah, keep that rating.
Get those teens in there. Get those teens in buying their movie tickets. So, does this make you interested to see the second part of this?
No, because I'm not interested in the first two. And I'm definitely not watching the fourth one without watching the first two.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting... So if you decided to just see this thing through, you would watch 3, 1, 2, 4. That's the order you'd go in?
Right. Or 1, 2, and then 3 again, and then 4.
Ah, so you might rewatch. Might do a rewatch, okay.
Ooh.
That's so hypothetical. I'm not rewatching shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, I have so much stuff to watch as it is. I doubt that I will make the time to watch this one and then the next one. I just probably won't do it. It's too much shit. I got too much going on these days. Too much other good stuff to watch. All right, well, any final thoughts, Ryan? Any closing arguments?
No.
All right. I think that'll do it for this week. Send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you get a moment, take a look at our Patreon page at patreon.com/FilmPulse and consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. We appreciate that so very much. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.